All right, ladies and gentlemen, MrSotko here. Welcome back to the channel, and today I figured I would do something a little bit different in a couple ways. The first way is that it's not going to be a news day. We're going to talk about the future price predictions of the top 15 current coins. And I was going to do 20, but then I was like, you know what? Tether is in the top 20, so let's just go with 15, because at 16, it's Bitcoin, and, well, Bitcoin, I don't even think it deserves this particular market cap. And Tether is just Tether. So it would be like, you know what? I think Tether's going to be in December 2018, $1. And I would be so correct on that, but it might be $1.01 or 99 cents, and then I would be totally wrong. But either way, it's going to be about $1. So we're going to go into all of these coins. We're not going to talk about the coins too much, because if you want to research some of these coins, you are free to do that on your own. So we're not going to make this a 12-hour long video by researching every single one of these coins, but it should be pretty cool. Another thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to make a, hey, MrSotko, what do you think of this video? But I'm going to make it unlisted. So you will be able to find that video in the comments down below and the description below. I'm going to actually upload it to Steam as an unlisted video. Rather, upload it to YouTube as an unlisted video, and then link that video to Steam. So if you guys want to go there and head to my Steam page and then, you know, upvote it or anything like that, because I would like my Steam to be something unique, and I would like to be able to put unique content that I don't normally put on YouTube onto Steam. But really, in order to do that, in order to make it kind of worth my time, it needs to be at least somewhat profitable. So I hope you guys go there, because I know some people don't like the what do you think of this videos. So instead, I will just keep my channel what everybody likes, and then Steam, if you want to follow me and like my stuff and check me out on Steam, I will put some unique things on there from time to time. For the most part right now, it's just re-uploads of my YouTube, just to get my base, my foot wet, my foot through the door, if you will, on Steam. So the first coin we have, of course, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin at 86.63 at the moment. Its high was just about $20,000, and the price predictions of Bitcoin are kind of unique. So this is the only coin that I have tons of predictions for. So Pantera Capital says 20,000. Fundstrat Global Advisor says 25,000 by December 18. My personal is 25 to 30,000 by the end of the year. I know that's kind of a broad estimate of $10,000, but you know, I leave that to people who claim that they are experts on price prediction. Max Kaiser, Lord, Conspirator, and Russian news propaganda today says 28,000. Alistair Milne says 35 to 60,000. Hey, I thought my 25 to 35,000 was a big $10,000 gap there, but this is much larger. Anthony Popliano, 50,000. John Pfeiffer thinks it's going to be 75,000. This guy thinks it's going to be 100,000. Tim Draper and Brian Kelly says 250,000 by 2022. However, all these price predictions are supposed to be within a year or by the end of the year, so these ones don't really count. 100,000, I highly doubt. 75,000, 50, 35,000, I somewhat doubt. But I think Max Kaiser, Lord Conspirator, 28,000 and under is a pretty good bet for Bitcoin. So moving on to Ethereum. Good old Ethereum is at $731 now. And in the future, actually, we have to like sort of load all of these as we go. You know, by the end of 2018, it's predicted to reach around $2,500, which is somewhat reasonable. I'm going to say at least, you know, like probably under 2,000. And by 2019, it's expected to be somewhere near 14,000. I think those are pretty high, but who knows? So it is what it is. So Ripple, good old bank Ripple, it's at 74 cents now. At its height, it was about 350, something like that. So the Ripple price prediction could see a rise. So you know, we see a lot of different predictions with Ripple. But some people think by the end of the year it could be $8 to $10, and that was actually my prediction too, as well. As $10 by the end of the year seems pretty reasonable. It does seem like quite the jump, and it is. It's about 10 times the jump now, maybe a little bit over. However, at the beginning of the year, Bitcoin did go from 1,000 to 20,000, And I think that was mostly because of hype and wasn't necessarily the real price of what it should be. But it did do that. So Ripple did that as well, technically, because it was very, very low in price at one time. So $8 to $10, somewhat reasonable. I would be a little surprised at $8 to $10. I think a more reasonable bet would be something like $5 or $6. So Bitcoin Cash, fourth on the market cap, is at $1,493, and so the price prediction coming ahead by the end of the calendar year, 6,700. Similarly, the 5-year forecast of Bitcoin price, Bitcoin Cash price, is 24,600. I think that's somewhat reasonable. 6,700 doesn't sound too bad. Some of these price predictions are really out of this world, though. So we have EOS currently at $15.19, not that far from its all-time high. So it was 21 something or other, 21.46 or so. So some of the price predictions for at the moment is $15.22. And so a 1-year forecast may have it at $120.24. I'm not sure if that is too high or not. You know, I think maybe 100 by the end of the year. $50 would be pretty great as well. So I'm not sure at that particular price prediction or not. So CoinLiker, I think you might be a little high in your estimate there, but you know, I'm going to say $50. $50 for me. That is my estimate, because that's not too extreme. 21 to 50, a doubling in value, maybe even 75, but I think 120 is a little bit outrageous in that regard. Litecoin is at 146 at its all-time high. It was something like, let's see, let's drag that in. Let's get this, let's get it more realistic. Let's drag it on in and get a better little spot here. So we were at about 374, and I actually do remember this getting to just about or around $400 on GDAX. And I think it candled a little higher. So this doesn't really necessarily represent shadowing, rather, on the candles. And I think it shadowed up to about $400. So we had about 400 on Litecoin. And so a 1-year forecast by the end of the year, $905. I think that's a little bit ridiculous. I feel that Litecoin goes to just about $400 per 20,000 that Bitcoin does, at least with the previous all-time high. That's what it was. So I think if Bitcoin goes to $25,000 or $30,000, we could see Litecoin around $500 to $600. I think 900 is a pretty ridiculous estimate. I'm not sure why this website decides to put ridiculous values in. You know, in a year from now, depending on when this article was made, that could be a little bit more reasonable. But I'm kind of going with the assumption that all these are at December, at the end of 2018. And so I think $500 to $600, because if Bitcoin was at, if Bitcoin went to $40,000, we could see Litecoin at about $750 or so. I think that would be pretty reasonable, or $700 at a sort of lower end. But I don't believe that Bitcoin will get to 40,000 by this end of this year. Maybe, excuse me, a little hiccupy. Maybe 30,000, which could put it at about 600. So we'll have to see on that one. Cardano is currently at 28 cents. At an all-time high, it was over $1.20. So let's see what we got for Cardano. So the 1-year forecast of Cardano is about $2.50. It means a rise of around 6 times in a single year. So that is not too bad. The Cardano price prediction for 5 years is $10. And my boy's in the background, so don't mind that. $2.50. That does seem reasonable by December. So I'm gonna go ahead and agree with that one. 37 cents for Stellar at the number 8 market cap. We were just over 80 cents. We're about at 85 cents at its all-time high. So let's see what we got. So by the end of 2018, we could see 70 cents. And you know what? I'm going to disagree with that. I think we could see $1 by the end of the year, because it was already over 80 cents So I'm going to have to hard disagree with that, and I'm going to say about $1 rather than 70, because by the year 2021, it would be able to reach the $1 mark, but it already almost reached the $1 mark at 81 cents. And that was at the all-time high when Bitcoin was about 20,000. So if Bitcoin gets over 20,000, it could easily surpass $1. So I'm going to disagree with that article there. $2.01 for IOTA at rank number 9 at 1 point over $5. So let's see what the internet world has to say about the price prediction. So currently IOTA is at $2.17. So this was written a little while ago, and it was a little bit higher. The 1 year forecast is around $11 by the end of 2018. So now these are saying 1 year forecast. So that could mean that could put this at so this was May 13th. So that could be May 13th of next year. But I'm going with December. So by December, we did see the all-time high of $5.11. So if Bitcoin got a little bit higher than what it was at its all-time high, I could see, IOTA being at $6 or $7. And that's, of course, if all things go well. So this is all just based on positivity, really. TRON at 7 cents, 7.5 cents. Its all-time high was, let's see here, this was a very pumpy high, if you will. So I'm not sure if it will get to that exactly again. We were at 25 cents for TRON. Let's move this forward a little bit here. And so the 1 year forecast is at $3.54. Again, this coinliker.com, I feel their estimates are very, very high, very, very positive, very, very bullish, which I can, go along with to some degree. But $3.54 would be such a tremendous increase in TRON. I just don't see that happening. I think by the end of the year, we could see 30 cents to 50 cents. And I know that's a pretty broad estimate, but 30 cents to 50 cents is a pretty reasonable estimate. That is if Bitcoin is at 25 to 30,000, because you have to understand that all these prices are kind of based on Bitcoin, really. A lot of these are traded paired with Bitcoin on exchanges, so BTC to NEO, BTC to TRON, BTC to IOTA, things like that. So the more BTC is in price, the more NEO it's going to buy, the more that NEO's price is going to raise. So, and all these other altcoins. So I don't think so. I think Bitcoin would have to be 40, 50,000 by then in order to get to $3.54. So again, a 30 to 50 cent estimate is pretty reasonable. NEO, $68.05, and at one point we were just over $160. So quite the dip that NEO has taken here. Let's just go ahead and super load these because I restarted my browser, which makes me have to reload all of the individual pages. My boy's just having such a great time back there. So NEO just over $160 at one point. By the year 2018, by the end of the calendar year of 2018, $355. I'm not sure about that. So if Bitcoin, again, just going on the price of Bitcoin, if Bitcoin went to 30,000, we could see maybe 240 out of NEO. I think 355 is a little much. But again, if all these prices turn out to be true, and all of these higher prices that I feel that I'm disagreeing with all turn out to be true, all the better. That's great. I'm not saying that I would be angry if these prices all went to the moon. Of course not. $209.97 for Monero at rank 13. Was once over $480. We're looking at about nearly 500. It probably did get to 500 on some exchanges. So the forecast for the calendar end year is $650. And you know what? I think that's pretty spot on, to be totally honest. If Bitcoin went to 25, 30,000, we could see Monero at 650. I think that's one of the most spot-on predictions I've seen so far, or at least in my opinion. Dash is at $419, and at one point was $1,500. So Dash has taken a savage hit over the bear market here, that happened in December-ish, January there. So let's see. So at one point it was nearly $1,600, and let's see what we have here. So the forecast for this calendar year that is 2018 is around $1,600. but it was already $1,600. So if Bitcoin gets to $25,000 or $35,000, like I think, or 25, 30, whatever, I think we could see 1,800, maybe 2,000. I think that's a conservative estimate of $1,600, but not bad, fairly close. 35 cents for NEM. So let's check the all-time high of this. And, you know, I kind of dislike, this is the one thing I dislike about CoinMarketCap is that you can't, like, get the exact here, even though my cursor's right over there. And a lot of times you end up having to go like this to get that exact. But the exact doesn't necessarily matter so much. So we were looking at just about $2. And so at the time of this, it was at 54 cents, which was much higher. So the 1 year forecast of cryptocurrency is around 86 cents. And you know what? It was already over 86 cents. So this one I don't feel is on par at all. I could see $2.50 or $3 by the end of the year if Bitcoin went back to 25, 30,000 by the end of the year. So this is all kind of on the assumption that Bitcoin goes to 25 or 30,000, and where Bitcoin goes is where altcoins follow. Not all the time, and of course we do see some pretty inordinate price raises and lowering between altcoins, and that's because their price is so low. It's really easy to go from $1 to $4. It's not so hard for Bitcoin to go. It's much harder for Bitcoin to go to 10,000 to 20,000. I mean, there's a 10,000 difference there. It's huge. The amount of money to make that market cap go up like that for Bitcoin is much more than some of these altcoins. So of course they go up and down disproportionately to Bitcoin. But yet they still do follow the price. If Bitcoin's going down, their prices are going down. If the Bitcoin's going up, they're going up. That's not always necessarily 100% true. Each one has their own dips, waves, pumps, dumps, whatever. So with VECHAIN, we've seen a high about just about $10, $9.45. And let's check that prediction. Well, where can we find it? I don't remember where it was at on here. Currently, VECHAIN is trading at $5.68 a coin? Question mark? Okay, so that was a little while ago. And where is that price prediction? To date, the coin has grown over 2,200%, hitting an all-time high at $9. Oh, here it is, all the way down here. Tricky, tricky, tricky. So it is slated to trade around $19.63 by the end of the year. And I'm going to go ahead and disagree. And I'm going to say maybe more like 20. The reason why I say that is because VECHAIN has been going up pretty rapidly. A lot of these coins have, and that's the reason why they're in the top 20 coins. So if VECHAIN got to just about $10 at the height of Bitcoin, if Bitcoin was 25 or 30,000, we could see it maybe 15. Let me pull that back to 15. I think 15 is a pretty good bet for VECHAIN. We could see 20. But I don't think we're going to see, we could see 20. So I think more like 15. I think that's a little bit of a high estimate. Within a 5-year time frame, could reach $75. That's not too bad. But I think we're like 15. I think 20, that would be double what it was at the height of the all-time high of cryptocurrency. And so I just don't think so. So maybe more like 15 would be probably a better bet. So that's all I have for you today. I thought it was kind of interesting to slap all these together and start talking about the prices now and what they could be in the future. Maybe that gives you some ideas to invest in. So something, something that I kind of recommend doing is if you have a bit of money and you're like, hey, I don't know what coin to put these in. Almost all of the top 20 coins or even top 30 is a pretty good bet, except for Verge. I can't recommend Verge. I can recommend Ontology. So, you take a lot of these coins here from the top 1 to 30, top 1 to 20, whatever you want. And depending on how much money you have, $100 in each one is not a bad bet. By the end of the year in December, these will have likely gone up 20, 30, 40% by the time the year ends, at least. So Bitcoin has 100%, well over 100% to go before it's at its all-time high. All of these coins pretty much do. So if they do reach their all-time high once again, we could see definitely well over 100% for a lot of these coins. So if you got a couple $1,000s and you put in $100 for each of the top 20 coins and they all go up 100% by the time the year ends, You know, that would be a much lower than all of the estimates that I just gave here. You know, you double all your money, and that's great. But you know, like Bitcoin would double, but some of these coins will have to triple or quadruple to reach their all-time high. For example, let's see if we can find. I mean, you can pretty much just, as an example, you can pretty much see just about any of these coins and take a look at what their all-time high was and what they're at now. I mean, even for example, Litecoin was well over 100%. So about $400. So, you know, about 3 times what we're seeing now, maybe like 2.5 times what we're seeing now or more. And so you would end up with way more than $2,000 in the end. So it's really not a bad bet. I mean, you can go on something like Binance has most of all these coins. OKX, Bittrex or Bitfinex or something like that has pretty much every one of these coins. So you could buy them all on one single exchange. Make sure you secure your coins and things like that. But before I go, I do want to reiterate, I want to remind you that I do have a, hey, MrSotko, what do you think of this video? It's going to be in the comments below. I'm going to pin that. I might put it in this. It might not be in the description. Just check my pinned comment at the very top, and you'll see that link. That link is going to take you to Steam. If you've never been on Steam, it's sort of a vlog website in which that the bloggers and vloggers gain cryptocurrency by doing just that. So if you are a writer, if you're, I'm not getting paid to do this. So if you're a writer or a vlogger or anything like that, you have things to write, even weird stuff. People love it on Steam. And people upvote your material. And when they upvote your material, you gain Steam and Steam power and things like that. And the more you have, the more you gain over time. And it's pretty interesting. So go ahead and take that link if you guys want to check out that video. Like I said, I'm going to start putting those on Steam. And, you know, maybe I'll put like a gaming video or like a different kind of talking video once in a while on Steam. And that way I don't disrupt my YouTube, because YouTube viewers are extremely fickle in what they watch. If I were to put something totally different other than like cryptocurrency on my channel, it will net result me in a lot of unsubscribers. It's just the way it is. People think that you're changing. I'm not sure why they do it, but maybe they think that your channel is changing or something like that, and then they instantly unsubscribe. I'm not sure why. It's really weird. Like if I were to put a gaming video on my channel right now, I would net result probably just negative 20 subscribers or something like that. It's just the way it goes. So instead, I will post some random material on Steam from time to time. My current Steam is just a re-upload of all of my current YouTube videos. You'll probably actually find this one as well on there. But if you go there and, you know, you follow me and you check there once in a while, I may upload some things. I'll probably actually tell you what I upload on this channel and send you guys on over there if you want. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. And that's all I got for you today for this video. But as usual, I will see you guys next time.